Crew. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Take charge of a PT boat against Imperial Japan, skillfully managing resources and personnel by any means necessary to ensure victory in this high-stakes conflict. Guys, we have another beltingly good game published by Microprose. They are certainly back with a vengeance with some fantastic games. This one, Boat Crew, I love it. I've played it how many hours? 17 hours in the last 2 days. I can't put it down. I streamed it last night for 4 hours. Didn't get to bed till 3 a.m. It's just got a hold on me at the minute. I absolutely love it. It's set in World War II, specifically in the Pacific Theatre against Japan. You are the captain of this PT boat. And when the game starts, you choose which boat you want. There's 4 different ones, varying from how they handle, how fast they are with the acceleration, how tough they are. You can see the stats here. Then you choose the crew. Now what you need is you need loaders, you need gunners, you need a captain, you need a medic. Well, you don't actually need a medic, but there's a slot for a medic. And you need repairmen who can repair the hull of the boat as it takes damage. Now, there's little symbols underneath each crew member, and that tells you how skilled they are in that specific task, such as the tasks that I've just mentioned: gunnery, loading, medic, etc. Some will have traits that are good, some will have traits that are bad, some just won't have any at all. So select your crew, put them into place, and then you can kit each crew member out with whatever you want them to have: bulletproof vests, stuff like that. You can even give them weapons if you want. Then the most important part is you deck out your boat. Now you use rep. You get reputation, and that's the currency that you spend to get, I think it's reputation, I think it's rep, yeah, it's RP, rep. I'll go into how you get that in a second, but generally speaking, you spend your rep here on kitting out your boat. Now you can put torpedoes, rockets, you can even have a howitzer on the front if you want. There's M2s, there's Lewis machine guns, there's torpedoes, there's all kinds of stuff that you can put on, big Bofors guns at the back, all kinds of stuff. But initially you'll not have anything to spend, so you'll just have to take the default kind of setup really. And that brings you to the map of the world, if you like, the Pacific Theatre. You can see all the islands in red that the Japanese own and the ones in blue that the Americans own. And on these islands there are bases, and the bases have a numerical value to them. The higher the number, the more heavily defended they are. And the idea is to take all the enemy bases off them while protecting your own. Now the game just plays along without you. You'll see the American fleets and the Japanese fleets just moving independently of anything that you do. You are literally just a small cog in a big engine. You are the captain of your little boat, and you can have up to, I think it's 6 other boats in your little fleet. And the idea is you hit hard and fast, disrupt the enemy, sink as many ships as you can, get as much rep so you can upgrade your ship. But to get rep, you have to get into the battles where you'll get a heck of a lot of heat. But if you do manage to win the day and sink a few ships, you can bank that rep and then take it to the base and spend it. So basically what you have to understand is the more heat you get, the more rep you get. Rep equals heat and heat equals rep, but there's no cops. The game has lots of different game speeds as well, because it is set in a big theatre and travelling around takes forever. Now controlling the boat, you have different views essentially depending on what weapon you're using. You have gunnery mode, which is the one that you'll pretty much default to all the time. That gives you great control over your craft. You've got torpedo mode, you've got rocket mode. It just depends on the situation. And you have to be careful all the time because you are just a small little craft which can't take a lot of damage. When you're sailing around in the battle zone, you'll see areas on the water that are red circles. That's where artillery is about to hit, whether it's come from the shore or from a destroyer or whatever. So keep out of them circles or you're dead. Now that poses a problem when you're aiming your rockets or your torpedoes, because you kind of have to keep a steady straight line towards the enemy, and so it gets a bit bum squelching when you're doing that, and sometimes it can be your end like. If a man goes overboard, and it will happen quite often, you can still save them providing they're alive by slowing your boat right down, and they can climb up the cargo net. It's all animated really well. They get back on the ship and they carry on with their little tasks. You can also switch the positions of the guys around on your boat, which is essential. For example, if your medic goes down or somebody, you can assign somebody else as the medic and they'll take over. Only the medic can kind of revive dead people. It's like, if they go down and they lose consciousness, they can be revived. But only the medic can do that. So if you don't have a medic and you've got a few people laying out unresponsive on your deck, they will die if you don't get somebody straight into the medic position. Now, it sounds a bit like there's a lot going on, and there is, and it does take a bit getting used to. But once you kind of get into it and you understand the map and you understand what you can and can't do with your boat, you've got to know its limitations really, then you've got a fantastic game on your hands. You watch the different fleets move around, you look for opportunities where you can just race in, do some serious damage, get a lot of rep, and then upgrade your boat and get some really big guns on. And it's really great when you do upgrade your boats. You see the power difference immediately. It's really, really good. Only thing that really lets this game down is the map AI. Some of the fleets that go around just don't do obvious things that they should do. I've seen situations where one of my bases has been taken over by a mediocre force, but too strong for me to do anything, and then huge kind of American fleets just sailed by and done nothing. And it's like, what the hell are you doing, mate? You know, help me out here. So there's issues with that, but nothing that's kind of put me off playing the game. I'm still loving the game. You can force the AI's hand by, if you attack a base and do enough damage, the friendly AI will come and support you and aim to take it over. So you can kind of direct them, but generally speaking, you're at the mercy of the AI most of the time. When you're on the map also, you've got a transmission mode and a radar mode. If you flick them switches to radar, you will be detected, so you just kind of have to put it on and off now and then just to do a quick scan to see if there's any enemy fleets around. The transmission button will give you some, if you have fuel, you see, and you have supplies, that will bring people to your location to resupply you, which is very, very handy if you're miles out, nowhere near a base. But if you are near a base, when you get back to a base, you automatically resupply. If you're in a conflict, you'll see ships with big green circles around them. If you just sail near them, they'll resupply you as well, because you eat through the ammo with your guns as well in this, and your first aid kits and your repair kits. So you need to make sure everything on your boat is restocked, resupplied before every battle, which again adds to the realism, adds to the immersion. And I mean, alright, the graphics aren't great, but it is kind of like a retro-y feel to the game. But my goodness, the gameplay is outstanding. It really is. Just calling in airstrikes, calling in artillery strikes, just opening up on boats, seeing them blast out the water. It's just fantastic. What a great game this is. It's still in early access, so it's not finished yet. There's a lot of work to do on it. But my goodness, what a fantastic game. I cannot stop playing it. Certainly one of the best games I've played so far this year. And this came out in 2022. I just missed it. But I'm glad to be playing it now. And if you just like blowing shit up, a bit of strategy, bit of depth, then this is definitely worth a look.